welcome back to Global Value. In today's video, we're going to be performing a fundamental stock analysis of Advanced Micro Devices Inc., ticker symbol AMD. Their stock just hit its 52-week low, which has been cut in half from their 52-week high. Year to date, they're down 50%. Going back 1 year, their stock price is down 31%. Going back 5 years, they've returned 45% compounded annually, which is just amazing, even considering this huge recent decline. Over 10 years, that's a 29% compounded annual return. And going back to 2005, and even encompassing this period post the global financial crisis from about 2008 all the way until 2016, many people left AMD for dead. But even if you had purchased the business back then, you're still enjoying about a 9% compounded annual return. This has been a huge turnaround in the business over the past decade. After being cut in half from their 52-week high, the business is still a $119 billion market cap, so it's a large company. For some background about the business, Advanced Micro Devices, known as AMD, designs microprocessors for the computer and consumer electronics industries. The majority of the firm's sales are in the personal computer and data center markets via CPUs and GPUs. Additionally, the firm supplies the chips found in predominant game consoles such as the Sony PlayStation and Microsoft Xbox. AMD acquired graphics processor and chipset maker ATI in 2006 in an effort to improve its positioning in the PC food chain. In 2009, the firm spun out its manufacturing operations to form the foundry GlobalValueYT, and this year in 2022, the firm acquired FPGA leader Xilinx to diversify its business and augment its opportunities in key end markets such as the data center. AMD paid $35 billion for Xilinx all in stock. The company was incorporated in 1969 and is headquartered in Santa Clara, California. For our fundamental analysis, we're going to be performing an 8-pillar analysis popularized by Everything Money, taking a look at 8 different key financial metrics of the business to come to a holistic and beginning understanding of the business. So let's get right into it. Pillar number 1, we want their average 5-year PE to be below 22.5. So currently, even with their drawdown, AMD is trading at about 27.5 times earnings. Their earnings have been sky high and kind of all over the place, especially in the earlier part of this time frame. Even last year, when their earnings were more stable, AMD was a high-flying stock, trading around 40 to 50 times earnings. If we take out some of this craziness in the beginning, averaged out, they're still trading at nearly 97 times earnings. So that is going to be an X to start off on pillar number 1. Pillar number 2, we want their average 5-year return on capital to be above 9%. This has steadily grown each year over this time frame. In 2021, they actually earned 44% return on capital, which is 5 times that metric we're looking for. So their returns have grown. Whether they'll continue to grow or whether they'll balance out is still yet to be seen. But averaged out over this time frame, they're returning about 21.5% on capital. That is more than double the metric we're looking for, and that's going to be a check on pillar number 2. Pillar number 3, we're looking for 5-year revenue growth. AMD has tripled revenues from $5.2 billion in 2017 to more than $16.4 billion in 2021. So that's a huge check there, especially for such an old and established business. Pillar number 4, we're looking for 5-year net income growth. AMD took their net income from being negative in 2017 to producing $3 billion of net income in 2021. So that's another check there on pillar 4 as well. 3 checks in a row now through pillars 2 through 4. Pillar number 5, we're looking for decreasing shares outstanding. When you purchase a share of stock, what you're really buying is a fractional ownership percentage in the underlying business. When a business decreases their shares outstanding and buys back shares, they're increasing your ownership percentage in the business and increasing the percentage of the business's profits that you're going to be entitled to without you having to pay a dime. Here, unfortunately, we're seeing the opposite, where AMD has diluted existing shareholders. So over this time frame, they've diluted shareholders by nearly 29%, increasing their shares outstanding from 952 million in 2017 to about 1.2 billion in 2021. So that's an X on pillar number 5. Pillar number 6, we're looking for 5-year free cash flow growth. This is absolutely crazy here, as AMD has both exploded their cash from operations and their free cash flows over this time frame. They had negative free cash flow in 2017 and were only earning $12 million in cash from operations. Last year, they produced over $3.5 billion in cash from operations and had more than $3.2 billion of free cash flow. That's absolutely insane, and that's a big check on pillar number 6. Free cash flow is the lifeblood of any business. It can be used to pay dividends, buy back shares, pay down debt, make acquisitions, or reinvest back into the business. Even with this huge growth, we want to understand what this is like in an average year to get a picture if they're using appropriate amounts of leverage in their business, and then how their ability to produce free cash flows compares to their overall market cap. In an average year over this time frame, AMD is producing about $800 million of free cash flow. We'll be using that for pillar 7 and 8. Pillar number 7, we want their net debt, which is their long and short-term liabilities minus cash and short-term cash equivalents, to be below their average 5-year free cash flow multiplied by 5. AMD has negative net debt, which means that after paying off their liabilities, they're left over with nearly $3 billion of cash. So that's a check there without even running the pillar. They have a very healthy balance sheet. Finally, the big pillar of them all, pillar number 8, we want their market cap to be below their average 5-year free cash flow multiplied by 20. So AMD currently has a $119 billion market cap. When we multiply their average 5-year free cash flow of $800 million times 20, that only gets us to $16 billion. That's going to be an X on pillar number 8. We're off by nearly $113 billion there. So obviously the business is growing incredibly rapidly. And when we look at the business's cash flows average out, they don't come to this market cap. With the $3 billion of free cash flow they produced last year, that would come out to 120. So that would be about fair value for AMD. But there's a lot of growth and sustainability of that cash flow priced into their current market cap. So the big question that you need to ask yourself and that you need to understand to be able to be comfortable investing in AMD is their growth durable and sustainable into the future? So in summary, AMD checks the box on 5 out of 8 pillars. They just completed their Xilinx merger at the beginning of this year. The business is off on our valuation pillars. It's seen huge growth pretty much across the board, but it is diluting shareholders outside of those acquisitions. And again, the question you have to answer to invest in the business is their growth durable? Just to note, AMD also does not pay out dividends. This type of analysis is a starting point to determine if it's worth your while to dig in and do further due diligence and learn more about the business. It's not financial advice and it's not a financial recommendation. If you're interested in learning more about the business, I highly recommend that you dive into one of their 10Ks, you read through their annual reports, and you get a better understanding of both the global semiconductor industry and how AMD's management is further approaching capital allocation. They've had this crazy turnaround over the past decade, but are they going to be able to sustain where they're at? And are they going to be able to produce sustainable cash flows that potentially could keep growing into the future? Those are the questions that should come to your mind when you're thinking about AMD. So that's it for today's fundamental stock analysis of advanced micro devices, ticker symbol AMD. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like the video. Subscribe to the channel for more stock analysis videos and comment down below what business you want me to take a look at next time. Thanks for learning about AMD with me and have a great day.